You are Abraham's seed. Whatever promises were given to Abraham, the promises is for me. The promise is for you. Whatever has to be done, but here's the thing, where there is a promise has to come obedience and expectancy. There has to be. Only people are able to be a part of the seed of Abraham if it's through Jesus Christ by faith.
You've received two inheritances as a Gentile. Not only have you received salvation through the seed of Christ, which you say the promised Holy Spirit, but you've also entered in to Abraham being the father of your faith. All the promises given to Abraham are now received by Christians by our faith in Jesus Christ.
Abraham. Jesus was the seed of Abraham. In Genesis 12, God promises Abraham that through his seed, all the families of the earth would be blessed. But part of this blessing was linked to the obedience of Abraham to follow God's instruction to get out of his country and to leave his father's household. Obedience leads to blessings. Obedience releases blessings. Through Abraham's seed, truly all the families, my family, your family, all the families of the earth are blessed.
Having a really interesting conversation the other day. I was talking with a pastor, and he said to me that all of the promises that were given to Abraham were given to him because he's now a believer in Jesus, because the church has replaced Israel, so everything that was given to Abraham is passed on to him. I said, where is this in the Bible? And he took me to Galatians chapter 3, verse 29.
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Call Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakha Ha Kwadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles, the men of great millstone, and to the rest of the brethren on down as teaching and preaching the true doctrine of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Shalom, Bayat Shah Dawadah, and to the Akim and Akwaf that's out there repenting, to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans whose fathers go back to one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob, Yasha Allah, Shalom to you, Mashpachah, and also to the speckled bird of our people that's that's looking like the other nations, in the other nations, looking like the other nations, whoever you may look like, or wherever you may be, Shalom, right? Now you saw those clips right there, and this don't make no sense with these people, man. See, that's what that Christianity trash garbage got for you. See, where anybody think these Edomites too, like it just baffles me how these people that done destroyed the Lord's people, that done did everything but right to them, will be saying that, in Abraham's seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. See, but they don't understand. They missing one part. See, they always grab one part of that, where it began at, in Genesis 12, which I'm going to grab, Lord willing. But they always grab one part, but they forget the other part. So when they go and grab that last part of what was said in these other books, chapters, and verses, where it's being reiterated again, they always leave out the other part that's not in those parts. Meaning, you can see something that was written in a particular scripture, in a particular book, but you'll go to another book, chapter, and verse, and something else will be left out in that verse that was in the initial verse. See, you can't leave it out. When you read that, you still got to go back to the beginning and apply the whole meaning of it, which I'm going to go and show you. See? But it baffles me how these Edomites run around and thinking that they have anything to do with Abraham, the promises that he made to Abraham, Isaac, and Yasha Allah, our forefather. It don't have nothing to do with these people. See? And that's the reason. That's what Christianity have done with you. It have blinded you people's minds to make you think that you is accepted into something that the Most High established with his people. He ain't made no covenant with all people. He only made a covenant with his people. And he ain't never gonna sever that. But these people will tell you that he got rid of the covenant that he made with his people, and now he established it for all people. And the shit is hilarious, but the shit actually pissed me off. See? Because that's what that fucking Christianity shit is all about. You see? That replacement theology, that supersessionism, it's all about that false universal doctrine that comes from what? It stems from the Vatican. See? The Vatican is the mother of all these fucking false ass religions, man. All of them. Even Islam. The shit came from there too. See? But let me go grab this though right quick. In Genesis. Right? I want to make this point just to show this, because you saw if I'm not, with the third clip where you saw the Edomite chick talking about that all nations will be blessed in Abraham's seed. You need to listen what it's telling you. It said, in Abraham's seed shall all nations of the earth be blessed. Put it like this. Have you blessed us first? Those blessings is for the Israelites. Abraham's seed. Secondly, have all nations blessed the Israelites? Let's go down and read this though. Let's read it. And you see what it says right here. Now, you can't just grab one part and then omit the rest. See? Let's read it. Genesis 12 and verse 1. Now, the Lord Yahweh has said unto Abraham, get thee out of the country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. What does he say in verse 3? And I will bless them that bless thee, and I will curse them that curse thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. You see that? Now, when you read that passage, that saying, in any other, the last part, and in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed, you can't get rid of the first part that was said. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them that curse thee. You can't get rid of that. So I ask you, did these Edomites, these Ishmaelites, any of these nations of people, did they bless the Lord's people, the Israelites? Did they bless us? Well, you went into captivity with a yoke of iron upon your neck, and they killed you, murdered your children, murdered your daughters, murdered your fathers, murdered your mothers, murdered your brothers and your sisters. So did they bless you? No, they persecuted you. So for that persecution, they are going to be persecuted. See? You can't just grab what you want to grab in these scriptures and think that and I just see this part is for us. No, he says, they that bless thee will be blessed, and they that curse thee will be cursed. Now I ask you again, did Edomites bless us? No, they cursed us. Let's go. Let me go. I'm gonna go grab. I ain't gonna spend a lot of time. Let's go grab one to shut their ass up. To shut them up. Let's grab this. What Yahweh shall say here? Let's go straight down to the point though, right? Verse 7. And it says, well, matter of fact, let's read up a little bit. Right? Let's start I start at 6. Deuteronomy 30 and 6. And Yahweh thy power will circumcise thy heart, and the heart of thy seed, to love the Lord Yahweh thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. And the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, thy power, will put all these curses upon thy enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. You see that? So if you run around talking about that he's going to do what? He's going to bless all, in thee shall all nations of the earth be blessed. Well, all nations of the earth did not bless us Israelites. They persecuted us. They expressed their hatred towards us and persecuted us. So what he said he going to do? And the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. You see? So why would these people say, and it said in Abraham's seed shall all nations of the earth be blessed? If you did what? If you blessed them. You didn't bless us. So those seed in Abraham's seed, which is the Israelites, shall all nations of the earth be blessed. Those seed that's going to be blessed in the earth is Israelites. And then secondly, when it comes to all the other nations, hey, you didn't bless Abraham's seed. You persecuted us. So you are going to receive the punishment. You are going to be persecuted for persecuting the Lord's people. So you people can sit back and deceive yourselves all you want, try to grab scriptures and apply them to yourselves, and insert yourselves into this when you ain't got nothing to do with it. See? You people are something else, man. You people are something else. Now, let me grab this one real quick. Before I go grab these. When you go into the book of Galatians, why do these people actually think that when they open up the book of Galatians, that they actually think that you're going to open up the book of Galatians and then all the things that's in the book of Galatians, Galatia, it pertains to you? Why? Like, you ain't no Israelites. Who was that book? Who was the book written to? Who was that letter written to? That was written to who? Who was the people in Galatia that those letters Paul was writing to? It was Israelites. It wasn't no all people. See? So just because you think you could open up the book of Galatia and read anything in it, why would you try to why would you try to apply yourself to it? It ain't talking to you. If a letter was written to a particular people or of a person with a particular name and a particular people, you don't open up this letter and then you start reading the letter and then you like the contents within the letter and then you try to insert yourself and say, hey, these things that's written in this letter is for me. They're written to me. No, when you write a letter, you will say, dear such and such. So when you go into the book of Galatians, the dear such and such has already been stipulated. It says what? An epistle, meaning what? A letter of Paul to the Galatians. Now, who is these Galatians? Let's grab a couple. I ain't going to go a lot on it, but let's grab this, right? 1 Peter 1 and verse 1. And it says what? Peter, an apostle. 1 Peter 1 and 1. Peter, an apostle of Yahushua Mashiach, to the what? To the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. So who is Peter writing to? Let's find out. Read the NLT. This letter is from Peter. What? This letter, meaning this epistle, is from Peter, an apostle of Yahushua Mashiach. I am writing to Yahweh's chosen people who are living as foreigners in the provinces of Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. You see that? That's who the book of Galatia is written to, the Most High's people. So if when you heathens go reading in Galatians 3, verse 16, which I'm going to read, Galatians 3 and verse 28 to 29, those Jew and Gentile is talking about Israelites that was born in the land and that was scattered in other lands, and Israelites that was born in those foreign lands and was what? Worshiping idols. That's who it's talking about. Israelites. It ain't talking about you people. See? And that's what took place with that replacement theology, with that supersessionism. That you bring and you add all people, that you go add unto another people outside of the Lord's people. Are you stupid? And that's what these people have done. A bunch of goddamn devils. See? But let's go grab this real quick. It says scattered. Right? Let's go to that scattered. Let's see who was scattered. Right? Strangers. Let's grab that scattered. It says diaspora. Right? A scattering, dispersion of Israelites dispersed among foreign nations. You see that? So who was these individuals that were scattered throughout Pontus, Cappadocia, Asia, Bithynia? Oh, don't forget Galatia. Right? Don't forget it. Who? It says Israelites that was dispersed among foreign nations. See? So clearly, it ain't talking about no everybody. This is who it's talking about. This is who is it about. This is who is it about. Let's go down though, right? You see it says dispersed, scattered abroad, scattered. Let's go into it. It says what? Strong's definition, diaspora. It says from G1289, dispersion, i.e., specially and concretely, the converted, who? The converted Israelite residents in Gentile countries, you see, which are scattered abroad. You see what that said right there? The converted. See? These is talking about Israelites that was, hey, what you think a proselyte was? A proselyte was not other people. A proselyte was Israelites that was dwelling in those Gentile nations who the gospel was being preached to call them back to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. You see? To what? Converted Israelites. See? That's who that book of Galatians was written to. To convert them back. See? To get them to stop worshiping idols, worshiping statues, things made that man made with their hands, and come worship and serve the true power, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the God of the Israelites only. See? So these people is full of trash, man. They full of trash. See? And our people don't understand nothing, man. And when these things are being told to you, you would rather say, push what we telling you to the side, and you'll believe some damn devils. That their job is to teach you false doctrine. Their job is not to teach you the truth. Their job is to teach you the lies. That's their job. Our job, under Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, is to teach you the truth. Is to proclaim the truth. Why? So you can go and proclaim the truth. And destroy these lies. Destroy these fables of these devils. See? But y'all don't want to do it. You would rather buck up against your own people that's telling you the truth rather than you buck up against these damn devils that have been telling you lies all this time. See? Because y'all rebellious. Matter of fact, let me grab this that just popped into my head. Y'all rebellious, and I'm going to go back to those. But let me grab this. Because what it says, what is that, Isaiah? Y'all love it so. Isaiah the 30th chapter. Right? You know, let me see. You know, man, I want to read it all. Because what do you see what it says in 1? Well, you see what it says in 1? I started 1 and then jumped down. Isaiah 30 and 1. Woe to the rebellious children, said Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin unto sin. So you see what rebellious people he's talking about? He's talking about our asses, our people that's being rebellious. But let's go down. Because how y'all love it so? Let's grab it. Isaiah 30 and verse 8. Now go, write it before them in a table, and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever. That what? That this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of Yahweh, will say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. So what do they say to you? No, we don't want to hear the truth. We want to hear lies. Let's go read it in NLT. It says what? Verse 10. They tell the seers, stop seeing visions. They tell the prophets, don't tell us what is right. Tell us nice things. Tell us lies. See? And that's what the mass majority of our people, they like to hear. They love to hear that. They love to hear it. Love to hear it. They love to hear lies, man. And that's the problem with our people. You despise the truth and you love lies. You love it. See? Matter of fact, what is those lies you love to hear? Let's grab it. Right? Let's get that one, right? Let's get those two. But I'll go, instead of going 1 Timothy, I'm going to go to 2 Timothy first. Right? You love to hearing it. You love hearing it. 2 Timothy, verse 4 and verse 3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lusts, when they lusts, right, shall they heap to themselves teachers, having itching ears. Meaning what? You're going to heap those to yourselves, having itching ears, meaning those that despise the truth You're going to heap to themselves. If you like hearing lies, that's who you're going to prefer to speak to you. You're going to speak to those people that prefer telling you lies. Say, what? They got itchy ears. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth. What they going to do? They're going to turn away their ears from the truth. You don't want to hear the truth. And shall be turned unto fables, which is lies. See? Which is lies, man. And our people love it. So let's get the other one before I go back into it. Right? 1 Timothy 4. Because this is y'all problem. Now the Spirit is speaking especially that in the latter times. And we are in the latter times now. And it says what? Some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies in hypocrisies, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. And that's the problem with our people. That's the problem with our people. See? And all these people been sitting back in your face, lying, telling you, oh, the book of Galatians 3:28 and 29 is for, no, it's not. It's only for you Israelites. It's only written to you. It's only written to you. Let me go back to this real quick. James 1:1. James, a servant of Yahweh and of Lord Yahweh Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings. You see that? So that's who Peter was writing to. That's who Paul was writing to. That's who James was writing to. That's who they was being written. Those letters is to. See? But these damn Edomites have just sat back and just read these things that was contained in our records, in these scrolls, and tried to insert and apply themselves to it. It's only about the Israelites, period. And we don't care if they don't believe what we saying. Who cares? But the fact of the matter is that you Israelites, y'all better stop believing what they saying. See? Or you're going to be destroyed right along with them. See? But let's go here, though. Galatians chapter 4 and verse 12. And it's, is that what I want? Yeah, we'll start there. Galatians 4:12. It says, brethren, I beseech you, be as I am. For I am as ye are. Ye have not injured me at all. Oh, is that what I want right quick? Hold on. It's like, nope. I was looking, I'm like, wait a minute, that ain't what I want. Let's go to Romans Slakia. Romans chapter 4, and let's go down to 12. I'm looking like, wait, that didn't say that. Right? Now what it says right here. Romans chapter 4. Matter of fact, let me see real quick. I'll start at 9. Romans 4:9. Cometh this blessedness then upon the circumcision only, and I'm sitting over here by the water, by the water doing this proclamation, and you got a Jake come walking by with his old lady. Look, he just got through shaving his head with a razor and shit. Come walking by with his lady. He hear me in there. He hear me because hey, I don't bite my tongue. I be loud with this, you know. And then he walked by and then he's shaking his head. He darker than me, but shaking his head. Like, but you reprobate ass niggas ain't no good. Ain't no good. And when that death's coming for you motherfuckers, it's gonna be too late for you. It ain't gonna be no, oh, I will listen now. I wanna hear now. Ain't gonna be none of that. The Lord gonna say, get the fuck out my face. That's what he gonna say to your ass. See? Get your snake ass out my face. You old viper. That's what he gonna say to y'all asses. And y'all be, wait a minute, I thought you supposed to be, what happened to your pasty face? What happened to your pasty face? Ain't you supposed to be talking soft and weak and timid and whisperly? What happened? I thought, don't you love me? I could be as wicked as I possibly can. Don't you still love me? That's what you think. But you gonna really find out a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah, our steer man, gonna tell your ass, I don't know you. Get the hell out of my face. Cast their ass out into outer darkness, where it shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. where that fire go sizzle upon their flesh until they be turned into damn sit on the ground. Crooked ass motherfuckers. Can't stand y'all asses, man. Romans 4:9. Cometh this blessedness then upon the circumcision only, or upon the uncircumcision also? Why would these people read this and they think when it says the uncircumcision that it's talking about them? It's talking about Israelites that was living in these foreign lands that was what? They wasn't brought up according to the traditions of our people that was brought up when they was living in the land. Which is what? What was the tradition? Going back to Genesis, the 17th chapter, when the Most High made the covenant of circumcision with Abraham, that thing was passed down and transcended down to us, the Israelites. And mind you, you had those of my people that was born outside of the land in these places like Galatia and so on and so forth. And guess what? And what happened? They was not, especially during the time of our people when they was Hellenized. They was Hellenized, and they was what? They was forbidden was kept from circumcising their sons, the 8th day of their birth. And if they did those things, when you go back into their history, they will be killed. So a lot of our people was brought up under those traditions of not doing the thing that they was required to do. See? They had the minds of a Gentile, worshiping idols. See? These are the uncircumcision that the scriptures is talking about. It's not talking about no heathens. That was the actual Gentiles. It was talking about Israelites that was in the Gentile mindset and the Gentile way of life. So going to it again, Romans 4:9. Cometh this blessings then upon the circumcision only, or upon the uncircumcision also? For we say that faith was reckoned to Abraham for righteousness. How was it then reckoned? When he was in circumcision or in uncircumcision? Not in circumcision, but in uncircumcision. And he received the sign of circumcision, a seal of the righteousness of the faith, which he had yet being uncircumcised, that he might be the father of all them that believe, though they be not circumcised, that righteousness might be imputed unto them also. Who is it them also? It ain't talking about no all people. These people run around telling me, no, all you got to do is believe. So you actually think in your mind, you can just run and say, I believe and believe. These people don't believe in Yahweh Shai. These people believe in that false idol that was presented to our people and everybody else. That deception that was that veil that was cast over all the world, man. That's what they believe in. And just because you was taught to believe in some false stuff, that don't mean this applies to you. And it says the father of all them. Who is Abraham the father of? Oh, it's not talking about who Abraham the literal father of. It's who Abraham the spiritual father of. The scriptures don't say that. These people just make it up as they go. They make it up as they go, man. A bunch of goddamn devils, man. And it says what? And he received the sign of circumcision, a seal of righteousness of the faith which he had yet been uncircumcised, that he might be the father of all them that believe, though they be not circumcised. Who is he talking about? Israelites that was in those foreign lands, like Israelites right here, who he wrote to the letter of Romans 2. Israelites that was in Rome, Israelites that was in Corinthians, Galatia, Ephesians, Colossians, Philippians, Thessalonians. That's who is, whether they were circumcised, be established in the faith, and whether they uncircumcised, be established in the faith. That's who we're talking about. They ain't talking about no damn heathens, man. These people are something else, man. You can't make it up with these people. It's something else. And it says what? And the father of circumcision to them who are not of the circumcision only. Who is it talking about? It's talking about he is the father of circumcision to who? Not only to those that be established in the faith in our land, but also what? But who also walk in the steps of that faith of our father Abraham, which he had been yet uncircumcised. Who? Israelites that was born in foreign lands. If they be established in the faith, hey, you're welcome back. That's what the conversion is all about. See? What did it say right there? The converted Israelites. Those converted Israelites was those that, like Timothy. he was a converted Israelite, and he was uncircumcised until Paul took him to get circumcised him. You see, only because why? He was going into the land to be among those that would have said, those that was of the circumcision. See, that would have said, hey, no, he can't come in there. He can't come in the temple because he's uncircumcised. No, he can't do this. He can't do that because he's uncircumcised. See, so that's why he circumcised him. Because he feared those that was under the circumcision, those that was brought up according to that tradition. See? But these people ain't going to tell you the truth, man. Because they always try to put themselves in something that ain't got nothing to do with them. Romans 4:13. For the promise that he should be the heir of the world was not to Abraham. What world you think it's talking about? You think it's talking about that Abraham was the heir of the world? All people? No, that word was referring to the Israelites. If you click it, it's going to say cosmos. And they're going to say oikoumene. When you go into the oikoumene sense, that will be pertaining to the whole earth and all the inhabitants in it. See? But this says cosmos. I ain't even got to click it, but let's click it just in case. Just for edification's sake. And let's go to it. Let's see. You see this word right here? Cosmos, cosmos. Go down to it, and it's going to say what? Heir of the world. You see what it says right there? Cosmos. When it says cosmos, it's pertaining to the Israelites. See? Period. For the promise that he should be the heir of the world was not to Abraham or to his seed through the law. The Most High didn't make the promises with Abraham because of the law. He didn't do that. He made the promise with him because it was the promise that he made with him. It had nothing to do with the law. But through the righteousness of faith. For if they which are of the law be heirs, faith is made void. It says what? If they which of the law be heirs. We ain't heirs according to the promises of Abraham according to the law. It's according to we heirs because we are the seed of Abraham, and the promise went to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Matter of fact, let's grab it real quick. Let's go to Romans 9 before I come back. Just a couple more and I'm going to end it off. Right? Romans. Let's start at, you know what? Let's start at 1. Romans 9:1. I say the truth in Mashiach. I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Spirit, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Mashiach, for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertain the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of Yahweh and the promises. You see that? The promises. It's only for the Israelites. So don't let nobody tell you that, the promises, they tell all people, you're a damn all people lie. Only to the Israelites, man. Let's grab another one. These people are something else, man. Hebrews, one of my favorite ones. Hebrews 11 and verse 9. And it says what? By faith, he sojourned in a land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. It didn't say the heathens, the Edomites, and all these other people, Moab and Ishmael and Ham and all that. They know but you listen to these devils, and they will tell you that a Hamite can actually be considered as the seed of Abraham. How? They have descendants. They don't come through Shem. So how can they be the seed of Abraham? And the seed of Abraham is not those that came before Abraham. It's those that came after Abraham. Who? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It ain't talking about Keturah children. It ain't talking about Ishmael. It's talking about who? And it damn sure ain't talking about his son Esau. It ain't talking about them. It's talking about Abraham, Isaac, to Jacob. And what does it just say right here? By faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, Yaquab, Yasharallah, the heirs with him of the same promise. And that's who heirs with him of the same promise. And nobody else. Only the Israelites. Period. But let's go back to Romans 4. Right? Romans 4. And let's finish it up. And it says what? For if they which are of the law be heirs, faith is made void, and the promise made of none effect. Because the law worketh wrath, for where no law is, there is no transgression. Thereby, it is of faith. Faith for who? Who got to have faith? Israelites. And it says what? That it might be by grace. Who gonna have that grace? Who is that grace for? Who that grace been extended to? Israelites, not no all people. You think the Lord is establishing grace and mercy for some damn Edomites? Well, the scripture speaks against that. They going into captivity. They gonna be annihilated, and the ones that don't be annihilated, they going into captivity. So where's your grace and mercy there? You people are weirdos. And it says what? To the end, the promise might be sure to all the seed, not to that only which is of the law. What is it talking about? Which was of the law? Meaning those by people during this time when these letters are being written to Israelites that was what? That was in the land. That's what it's talking about. And then it says what? But to that also which is of faith of Abraham. And who was that talking about? Those that was being established in the faith. Those are my people that were scattered abroad in these other lands, man. Who is the father of us all? Wait a minute. You saying that Abraham is the father of all people? No, he's the father of all us Israelites. Whether you was born in the land or whether you was born outside of the land. Get with it. Stop being stupid. And these devils, they gonna continue to be the devil until they can't be the devil no more. You see? And most of these jakes, they are through. You see these two sisters just came. These two older sisters just came walking by, getting their little walk on and shit, and they hit me. And the first thing you did, I think one of them probably grabbed their phone. Oh yeah, and let me see. No, he's not correct. No, bitch, I am correct. Oh yes, I am correct. You are wrong. Your understanding is flawed with the doctrine of the devils. But what it says right here, Romans 4:17, as it is written, I have made thee a father of many nations before him whom he believed, even Yahweh, who quickeneth the dead and calleth those things which be not as though they were. But wait a minute, wait. Let's go up to the point. We just get past that because he said, as it is written. So wait a minute. He says what? Going back to the last part, it says, but to that also, which is of faith of Abraham, who is the father of us all. Now it's for to tell you who is concerning. As it is written, I have made thee a father of many nations. Now who is he? Where is that written at? When it says, as it is written, what is it talking about? What is it talking about? Let's go to it real quick. Genesis 17. And let's go down. Start at verse 4. As for me, behold, my covenant is with thee, and thou shalt be a father of many nations. Neither shall thy name any more be called Abram, but thy name shall be called Abraham. For a father of many nations have I made thee. You think that's talking about all people? And he says what? And I will make thee exceedingly fruitful, and I will make nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thee. What you think that's talking about? You think it's talking about everybody? See, who is these nations that he gonna make of him? It's the Israelites, man. Who is these kings that he say that's gonna come out of thee? Israelites. You see? But these people hate it. Let's grab this real quick. Genesis 35. These are those kings that's gonna come out of him. This is who it's talking about. Let's go down to it. Now you see who it's talking about, right? Right? So let's go down. Let me see where we're gonna start at. I'll start at 6. So Jacob came to Luz, which is in the land of Canaan, that is Bethel, he and all the people that were with him. And he built there an altar and called the place El, meaning Allah, Bethel, meaning the house of power, the power's house, or Yahweh's house, because there Yahweh appeared unto him when he fled from the face of his brother. Let me just jump down. Verse 9. And Yahweh appeared unto Yaqub, Yasharallah again, when he came out of Padar Aram, and blessed him. And Yahweh said unto him, Thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Yasharallah. What? But Yasharallah shall be thy name. And he called his name Yasharallah. And power said unto him, I am power almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins. That's the same thing he told Abraham. You see? So who is he talking about? He said, and kings will, and who is these kings that came out of Yasharallah loins? Israelites. See? You'll go into those kings when you go into during the time when we was in our land, but when after Solomon, David, who was of the tribe of Judah. Solomon, tribe of Judah. Rehoboam, tribe of Judah. These are those kings that it's talking about. All the way up to in that southern kingdom line, all the way to Zedekiah. And even the northern kingdom had kings when the split happened. See? Which was all wicked. But hey, this is the kings it's talking about. It's talking about the Israelites, man. So these people need to cut it out, man. Need to cut it out. But let's go down. Let's go back to Galatia right quick. Couple more and I'm going to end it off. Galatia 3. Right? Galatians 3. And who is these old foolish Galatians, Israelites? But let's go down to the point, right? Let's jump in. Galatians 3. Because I don't want to read all this. I'm going to get straight to the point. Verse 16. Right? Let's start here. Galatians 3 and 15. Brethren, who is the brethren? I speak after the manner of men, though it be but a man's covenant. Yet, if it be confirmed, matter of fact, let's just go down to 16. Because, when you get it, we're going to go to 16. It says, now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. Wait a minute. Ain't that the same thing it just said in Romans 9 and 4? Hebrews 11 and 9? Now what? Now to Abraham and his seed, not to Edom, not to Ishmael, not to Keturah's children, not to Ham, not to not none of these people. Moab, Ammon, not none of these people. Japheth descendants, whoever they is and wherever they may be, it's only to the Israelites. Now to Abraham and to his seed were the promises made. He said, not and to seeds as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed which is Mashiach. Because why? Mashiach is the seed of Abraham. See? And we are coming under the order under Yahushua. Now, those of us now. See? Not know all people. See? So going down to the point when these people always try to grab that and they don't understand that. They just read the context, but they always try to grab, just go straight to something that they can just say, oh yeah, well I'm gonna go straight to this because I like what this saying. It's talking about us. No, it's not. It's talking about Israelites. And that's another one. They always try to greet and there's neither Jew nor Greek. What are you talking about? This is talking about Israelites, neither bond nor free. There is neither male nor female. For ye are all one in Mashiach. Who is all one? The Israelites. Whether you was born in the land during that time or whether you was born outside of the land during that time. And when you fast forward to our time now, we Israelites are all one. Those of our people that's outside of this assembly, and those of us that's inside this assembly. Because what? The ones that's inside the assembly, we calling them on the outside to come in to the assembly. Return back to Yahweh Shema Shah. But guess what? We're all one. Because we all the Israelites. See? So these people are through, man. They through. But it says what? Verse 29. And if ye be Mashiachs, then are ye Abraham's seed. And this ain't talking about no all people. This ain't talking about no all people. Oh, then if you be Mashiachs, and it's talking about if we believe in Jesus Christ. No, it's Yahushua. And it ain't talking about if you believe in if you just walk around and walk through the earth and say, I believe in I believe in Christ. So I'm Abraham's seed. No, this is talking to Israelites. See? How you Mashiachs? Hey, these people are something else. They are something else, man. See, but I ran my mouth enough, and I ended off there. Giving all honor, and then it says what? And to Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise. And who is heirs according to the promise? I already read them. So I'm going to end it off there. Giving all honor and praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Ha-Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles being a great millstone. And to the rest of the Akim on down, Shalom. Bayat Shah Dabada. And to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who fathers go back to one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob, Yasha Allah, Shalom to you too, Mashmakai. Shalom. Shalom.